Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
I don't know. No, I don't understand that either because his head's up the whole time. He's not looking down. I think I was right in what he says in terms of Tyreek being able to communicate and obviously have somebody come around. But I also feel that Tyreek can give himself 2 or 3 yards. Like I've just said, I played with him. He's quick. He doesn't need to be as tight as he is, especially when he finds himself as the last man. But greater than, is it hard not to dive in there? Because, if you do and get it wrong, you're going to get a red card greater than in to slide to block. I was wondering if he was going to. I mean, you obviously run the risk of the little chop inside and whatever else, but I just think it was great forward play from that moment onwards. Greater than, I don't think Eston actually gave him the chance to make the challenge. I don't think he sometimes you have the opportunity, you think, can I get the ball? Can I put a challenge in? He was so good at keeping the ball, basically his body in between, the defender and the ball. Brilliant from Estel to Crystal Palace were fairly comfortable, weren't they, really, in most that half, this having said that they didn't rip Chelsea apart. This is their only shot on target in that first half. No, they did start well. They started the game well, and obviously a mistake by Badshield. He should have been punished. Marta threw one-on-one. What I would say is, it is a good save, but he shouldn't have seen it. I think Marta will clearly be disappointed with this one-on-one. 7 yards out, you would expect him to score from that. But I feel we were saying, weren't we just before the goal? Crystal Palace will be quite happy and content the way they started the game. I thought Chelsea, by all accounts, was sloppy in possession. They gave a lot of balls away. Cheap possession. They gave away. Pressing was so, and I thought Crystal Palace would have been the happier too, apart from the goal. And that's the difference between the games have just finished. Brentford have lost at home. Doesn't happen very often. Huge win for Sean Dyche's Nottingham Forest by 2-0, and it's finished Newcastle United. They don't lose at home often either. 0 Aston Villa 2. All the goals, Howard Rabiot, Rebecca Lowe with you. Well, really good win for Chelsea. That's 4 wins out of 5 now for Liam Renier. I have to say it's a decent amount to start making a judgment that he started very well. Absolutely. And I think Liam Memzin's pretty much worked out that people are going to have an opinion about his personality. But his job is to win football matches, and he won a football match today. His team were reasonably well set up. They weathered a little bit of storm that Crystal Palace came with, and they had the outstanding individual, and Esteval, who scored a goal, created another, and is a special talent that he's going to have to manage. But the more you see of him, the better this kid gets. Chelsea's long and often turbulent relationship with Mykhailo Mudryk may finally be approaching a defining moment after head coach Liam Rosenior openly discussed plans to hold formal talks with the Ukrainian winger at Stamford Bridge. Once signed as a marquee talent expected to electrify the Premier League, Mudryk's time in West London has been shaped by flashes of devastating pace, moments of promise, and long stretches of uncertainty. Now, with Chelsea attempting to bring clarity and stability to their sporting project, Rosenier's influence could prove decisive in determining whether Mudryk's future lies at the club or elsewhere. When Chelsea outmanoeuvred Arsenal to secure Mudryk in a deal that could exceed £80 million, expectations were sky high. He was viewed as a winger built to terrify defences, with elite acceleration, fearless dribbling, and the raw tools to become one of Europe's most dangerous attackers. What followed, however, was a prolonged adaptation period. Frequent managerial changes, shifting tactical systems, and the pressure of his price tag all combined to slow his development. Despite that, Chelsea internally have never fully written him off. Performance data continues to highlight his exceptional sprint metrics, his ability to carry the ball progressively, and a pressing intensity that aligns with modern transitional football. What has been missing, in the club's view, is a clearly defined role. This is where Rosenior enters the picture. Known for his modern tactical thinking and strong communication with players, Rosenior does not see Mudryk as a failed experiment, but as an unfinished project. Within club circles, he has stressed that speed without structure leads to chaos, not consistency. His plan reportedly centres on redefining Mudryk's role as a left-sided attacking forward rather than a touchline-hugging winger. By encouraging diagonal runs into the space between full-back and centre-back, Rosenio believes Mudryk can maximise his explosive acceleration while reducing the pressure of decision-making in crowded wide areas. The upcoming talks between Chelsea's coaching staff, sporting directors and Mudryk's representatives are expected to focus on three core issues: tactical clarity, mental development and short-term pathway. Rosenio is said to be particularly focused on restoring Mudryk's confidence, believing his struggles are not rooted in effort or attitude, but in erosion of belief. Clear instructions, repeatable patterns and consistent feedback are seen as essential steps. A loan move has not been ruled out, but only under strict conditions. Rosenio's preference, for now, is to keep Mudryk at Chelsea, convinced the club finally has the structure to unlock his potential. While Chelsea look inward to resolve Mudryk's future, they have simultaneously made a bold outward statement. Julian Alvarez has officially completed his sensational move to Stamford Bridge, a transfer that signals Chelsea's intent to accelerate their return to the elite. The deal, finalised after weeks of quiet negotiation, is viewed inside the club as transformative. Alvarez arrives not just as a forward, but as a standard setter. A World Cup winner, Premier League champion, and relentless competitor, he embodies the mentality Chelsea have been craving. Chelsea's pursuit of Alvarez was driven by a clear diagnosis of their attacking issues. They needed ruthlessness, intelligence, and leadership in the final third. Alvarez offers all three. His pressing intensity, movement between the lines, and clinical finishing give Chelsea tactical flexibility they have lacked. More importantly, he arrives as a centrepiece, not a rotation option. That message, sources suggest, was crucial in convincing him to leave Manchester City. The impact was immediate. Training standards lifted, intensity sharpened, and belief surged through the squad. Supporters responded in kind, with excitement levels not seen in years. For Chelsea, the combination of addressing unresolved internal questions like Mudryk's role while securing a statement signing like Alvarez represents a shift toward coherence. The message is clear. Chelsea are no longer drifting between ideas, they are defining them. According to multiple reports circulating across the football world, Victor Osimhen has been unveiled at Stamford Bridge in what could become one of Chelsea's most dramatic and defining moments of the summer transfer window. While official confirmation is still pending, the scenes described by those close to the club have already sent Chelsea supporters into a frenzy of excitement and anticipation. The Nigerian superstar was reportedly spotted holding a Chelsea jersey inside Stamford Bridge, standing alongside club legend Frank Lampard, a pairing that immediately ignited belief, nostalgia, and hope among fans. Osimhen, wearing the number 23 shirt, is widely expected to become the focal point of Chelsea's attack if the move is completed. His presence alone represents a major shift in Chelsea's offensive identity. For years, the club have searched for a striker capable of combining physical dominance with elite-level finishing, relentless pressing, and a ruthless mentality in front of goal. Osimhen fits that profile perfectly. His pace stretches defensive lines, his strength unsettles centre-backs, and his instinct inside the penalty area makes him one of the most feared forwards in world football. Reports suggest that Frank Lampard played a visible role during the unveiling,